Welcome to Inside Games, the only gaming news show brave enough to turn on a game the instant it does something we don't like.
Yes, nothing says loyalty like gamer loyalty, huh? Although, to be fair, this time around, this is a little bit different than just adding 2 inches of cloth on some anime lingerie.
Yeah, it's not great, really. Helldivers 2 really found a way to piss people off, believe it or not. We've also got news about a Starfield update, more games industry layoffs and closures, and a new Batman.
Yeah, it's VR, though, before you get your hopes up. And speaking of shattered dreams, let's kick this roundup off with a downer. Brian, tell us about Helldivers 2.
Yes, everybody is mad at it, real mad. So as you know, Helldivers 2 been one of the breakout hits of this year, but lately everyone is mad, furious, starting right now, today.
Internet giveth and internet taketh away. You just have to wait long enough. Turns out Christopher Nolan was right.
Helldivers 2 is getting a flood of negative Steam reviews just hours after players discovered that they must soon link to an active PlayStation Network account to play the video game.
I get the annoyance, but it has been crazy. The game's Steam page has already gotten more than 14,000 negative reviews just today. And this, we're not filming this at 11 p.m. This is afternoon. Sony Interactive Entertainment announced today that Helldivers 2 players on Steam will soon need to connect their in-game profiles, like we said, to a PSN account, or you lose access to the game.
Apparently, the requirement was optional at launch due to technical issues, but it's now being enforced, which is weird because I don't remember any mention of that, and I didn't even know you could do that in the game. So. SIE stated that this policy helps enhance safety and security by allowing PlayStation to better protect players from griefing and abuse through the ability to ban players who engage in such behavior.
This is just all about money, guys. It always is.
Dude, what a spin, right?
Yeah, this is just total garbage. Arrowhead Game Studios community manager Thomas Peterson, aka Twinbeard, tried to do some damage control, writing on Discord, quote, "First of all, it's Sony's decision, not ours." Arrowhead, that's very smart, by the way. I'm glad you did that because I know it wasn't Arrowhead's decision. Of course, this damage control did not stem the flow of outrage.
No, 2 beards were not enough to stop the outrage. Many Steam users furious, review bombing the game's Steam page. Some mentioned concerns about data privacy and security. Others were mad at Sony for waiting months after the game's launch to enforce this account linking. As user Rowan wrote, devs sold their soul to Sony, and now the devil has come to reap what he's owed, which is just great imagery. Salute to Ron.
Wow, jeez.
Arrowhead CEO Johan Pilestead apologized for recent events in a post on X and said he hopes to make it up and regain the trust by providing a continued great game experience. Pilestead concludes by writing, "I just want to make great games."
Oh, well, he did. He made a great game. While new players will be required to link their accounts starting May 6th, Sony says that current players on Steam will be required to have linked a Steam and PlayStation Network account by June 4th. And I just want to say one thing. The answer to this whole thing is money. It has nothing to do with banning or reporting or any of that garbage. This is so they can sell your data. I promise you.
Yes. 100%.
That's all it is.
On to happier news. Starfield getting a big update. It's coming out really soon. The announcement from Bethesda's lead producer Joel Mueller and art director Istvan Peli. They talked about the update coming May 15th that will include much more detailed surface maps. The improved maps are going to replace surface dots with terrain markings, which will make navigating easier. That was a huge player complaint with the game.
Oh, I can't wait to see these maps. It's just going to be... Anyway, the new markers have been added in major cities to show the locations of vendors, and each of these markers acts as a fast travel point, because of course it does. Gosh, why play the game? Anyway, we see a lot of... so here's a fun quote from Peli here. Quote, "We see a lot of feedback online that players really want a lot more utility and detail in our surface maps. So we took what's there, we blew it all up, and instead we now have a whole new aesthetic to the surface maps where you can see the terrain in a map."
I think it's
incredible.
That's topology, isn't it?
The wizards at Bethesda have done it again.
The update also introduces new gameplay options, including the ability to increase vendor credits. Boy, thank God. Jeez. and carry capacity, which is literally the bane of every Bethesda game, or access your ship cargo from anywhere through your player inventory. The update also will expand the amount of interior customization you can do in your ship, making it similar to how players decorate their outposts.
Yeah, speaking of the fast travel, I was playing classic World of Warcraft recently, and that is all walking. That game is just walking.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh,
worst.
so I can't hate on fast travel too much. But yeah, also a bunch of quality of life improvements, like the ability to toggle the dialogue camera off. They're also adding a new extreme difficulty for real gamers. Those who want a tough challenge. There's also a bunch of new gameplay options that'll allow you to customize combat. The update is now in Steam beta testing. Full release set for May 15th.
Also important, they teased vehicles. They are going to probably release vehicles in the next few months. I can't believe it.
Next few months, Bruce. Did you forget what studio you're talking about? They just added a map to the game. And you think they can handle adding vehicles in a few months?
No Man's Sky 2 looks awesome. It's got a lot of potential, I think.
I just can't believe it, you guys. I just can't. I can't. How do they keep talking about features that were new 20 years ago? As though they're like giving a treat to the players. Gosh. Time for more bad news. God damn it. Take-Two is shutting down. A couple of developers, very, very delightful ones. Kerbal Space Program's developers. One of them, they say that game's going to keep going, but we'll see. Kerbal Space Program fans are furious, and so am I, a Roller Drome fan, after news broke that the game's developer is being shut down.
Remember when Take-Two said they weren't going to lay anybody off?
Last month, yeah.
Earlier this week, GameDeveloper.com reported that parent company Take-Two Interactive was laying off 70 workers based in Seattle as part of the closure. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier later confirmed that Kerbal developer Intercept Games, as well as Roll7, the studio that made Ollie Ollie World, will be closed.
Yeah, this is apparently part of those layoffs that Take-Two Interactive announced when they said they were cutting about 5% or 579 workers while canceling several projects. Kerbal Space Program, it was released a while back, over a year ago in early access. It's the sequel to the much-loved 2015 Kerbal Space Programs. The new one's been mixed reception. Some have criticized poor performance and bugs, and this did not help.
After the layoffs news, fans bombarded Kerbal 2's Steam page with recent reviews falling under the mostly negative category. User Kilikatia wrote, "The entire studio behind this game has been laid off. Don't buy it, not until a new feature update is out." Hey, here's a fun little headline. This is from Axios, published July 31st, 2023. Take-Two's interactive execs paid double this year. Here's the fun little headline here. NBA 2K and Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two Interactive is paying its top two executives $72 million this year.
That's right. Yep.
And I think it's gone up since then.
No, I'm sure it has.
Those 500, hold on, let me do some fun. $72 million. For those two executives, for their raises, just for their raises, you could employ 500 employees at $144,000 a year. So the raises of two executives could have easily funded everyone they laid off, including both of these studios. And all of that money is going to the raises of two executives.
Hold on, Lawrence. I'm looking up the Take-Two stock. I want to see if Take-Two stock has gone up in the... You know what? No, Take-Two stock is in the shitter, which is probably why they're doing this.
Maybe, yeah.
See you at the revolution, comrades.
Don't trust corporations. Not for a second.
Not for 1 second. Lawrence is correct. Okay, let's move on to something that is a little more good news. After 3 years, Ubisoft shooter X-Defiant is finally, well, almost here. Remember 3 years ago when Ubisoft announced a free-to-play shooter called X-Defiant? Well, the game was revealed in 2021 and billed as a Tom Clancy game, but it's been through a lot of changes since then.
Yeah, let's talk about a good company, Ubisoft. At any rate, X-Defiant almost here. In an announcement, they said that the arcade shooter will launch May 21st for Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC through Ubisoft Connect.
The only gaming company brave enough to put XD at the beginning of their game. X-Defiant will have 5 different game modes across 14 maps, 24 weapons with 44 attachments, and 5 playable factions inspired by Ubisoft franchises, including Splinter Cell's Echelon, Watch Dogs' DedSec, Ghost Recon's Phantoms, The Division's Cleaners, and Far Cry's Libertad.
When do we get the avatars? I want the avatars in there too.
Yeah, the Navi.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. According to the Year 1 roadmap, Ubisoft expects to roll out 4 seasons with the game's first year. X-Defiant's been through a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs, over the last few years. It had various public and private playtests suffered from negative feedback and was supposed to launch last year before being delayed due to inconsistencies in the game experience. And I played this game, and it was incredibly inconsistent. I said it over and over when I was streaming it and playing it, and everyone's like, "You're crazy, Bruce, this is great." And I was like, "This is trash," and it feels like trash, and I was right.
All right, more good news. Batman Arkham Shadow teaser released. The next entry in the Batman Arkham series has been announced, but you will need a Meta Quest 3 if you want to play it.
Meta dropped a teaser trailer for the game, which it says is coming in late 2024. Shows off some nifty first-person footage of a rat running around in a rainy alley before Batman jumps down and makes a cool Batman-esque appearance.
Zing, pow! Just full on Adam West Batman.
Nice reference, Brian. Good job. Being made by Iron Man VR developer Camouflage and Oculus Studios, and again, will be exclusive to the MetaQuest 3 headset. We also don't know who will be voicing Batman after iconic voice actor Kevin Conroy sadly passed away in 2022.
Yeah, this isn't the first time Batman Arkham has gone VR. You might remember Batman Arkham VR for the PSVR headset back in 2016. And the less we say about that, the better. Meta says that more details will be revealed during the Summer Game Fest showcase, June 7th.
Oh, we got to get on that list. I'm going to start sending emails right now. What? Also, Arkham Batman's dead? Maybe this is a flashback. Who knows? Didn't mean to spoil that. Speaking of spoilers, it seems that we can't have nice things because Alan Wake 2 apparently has yet to recover its development expenses. This is kind of an eye-opener. I think this is a lot more common than people tend to know because people usually don't talk about this side of things. But we got some information about it. Despite getting a lot of critical acclaim last year, Alan Wake 2 still hasn't turned a profit.
That's according to the CEO of developer Remedy Entertainment, who said in an investor report that while the game has sold 1.3 million copies at the start of February, pretty good, the company has only recouped a significant part of the marketing and development expenses.
Yeah, significant, not all. So that's the that's kind of the bad part. In a follow-up earnings call, CEO Tero Vertala reiterated that fact while he also mentioned that Remedy had experienced an operating loss of 2.1 million euros in the first quarter of 2024.
You seem positive though, but executives usually are when they're talking about sales. He has noted that sales of the game have continued with a high average price, so hopefully it's one of those long tails that sells over the years. Released last year, Alan Wake 2 was a big hit with critics, boasting an impressive 89 score on Metacritic. Everybody was buzzing. Everybody loved to dance. It was a good time.
Yeah, Polygon called it a modern horror classic, one that opens up a veritable ocean of possibilities for Remedy's future. Also, it probably hurt it that it was on the Epic Game Store and not on Steam. I think that was a major... So once it goes to Steam, probably in a year generally, then hopefully that will give them a boost. And then, or maybe it'll never will, Lawrence. Maybe it'll never go to Steam.
Yeah, I don't know. This is art house gaming. I think
that's not good for it.
I think people have yet to really rectify what the critic layer gets infatuated with and buzzes about versus what sells to the masses. And Alan Wake, they tried their hardest with Alan Wake 2. They told you the story like 8 or 9 times in various different ways. So they really tried to keep people along, but I still think it's just a little too much for John Q. Gamer.
All right, Brian, give it to us.
All right, time for a 5-second review. Stellar Blade, loved it. Sexy, but not playing with my pants around my ankle sexy. So it's okay. I still played two-handed.
It's pinky out sexy. And you can take that however you want. All right, here's all the games we've got coming out next week. First up, Animal Well. Explore a dense, interconnected labyrinth and unveil its many secrets. Collect items to manipulate your environment in surprising and meaningful ways. Encounter beautiful and unsettling creatures as you attempt to survive what lurks in the dark. There is more than what you see. Coming to PS5, Switch, and PC on May 9th.
Up next, Crow Country. The year is 1990. It's been 2 years since the mysterious disappearance of Edward Crow and the abrupt closure of his theme park, Crow Country. But your arrival, aka Mara Forrest's arrival, has broken the silence. If you want answers, you'll have to venture deep into the darkness of Crow Country to find them. Comes to the PlayStation 5 and PC on May 9th.
I've been stoked about this one. Little kitty, big city. You You're a curious little kitty. You got a big personality, though, and you're on an adventure to find your way back home. Good luck, kitty. Explore the city, make friends with new stray animals, wear delightful hats, and leave more than just a little chaos in your wake. After all, isn't that what cats do best? Meow. Comes to the Switch, the Xbox Series X and S, and PC for real kitty gamers, May 9th.
So adorable. All right, now this is you got to lift this title with two hands. The Bridge Curse 2, The Extrication. Try to escape with your life in a first-person survival horror adventure. Play through the eyes of 4 distinct characters as you evade and confront terrifying ghosts, unravel mind-bending puzzles, and unearth a sinister conspiracy. The Bridge Curse 2 comes to PC on May 9th.
You forgot the extrication in there, Lawrence. You didn't put that in the...
Oh, yeah, there was no extricating. When do you extricate? Maybe after the conspiracy.
Yeah. Hey, consider becoming an Inside Games patron. We use that revenue to make more episodes. We keep Brian swimming in JRPGs, hopefully with his pants on, and commission fine art like this. Celebrating the fantastic Fallout show on Amazon Prime.
Yeah. We like to satirize and lampoon current events and gaming culture here on Inside Games. So thank you for your support. We just like to show you the vibrance that you contribute to. And speaking of, we have a few especially vibrant patrons to shout out at the end of the episode here. Christian Morgan Anderson, Evan S. Compton, Kyle Heaton, and Brian Cosner. Thank you very much for your support.
Oh, hold on, Lawrence. We got a few more. Hold on. Crab Foam, Mason Hoover, Charles Guard, and Nightport. We appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the Inside Games Patreon.
And then one last thing. The Inside Games Inside Gamer of the Day is this dude who posted the Jokerized anime girl. Bruce, actually, could you read that? Could you give that a little dramatic reading?
First was Stellar Blade. Then it was Tsukihime. Now it's Helldivers 2. All in the span of just a week. Impressive, Sony-fornia. I mean, Sony.
Dude, I love it.
Wow, so
Gamers have had a rough one, man.
Oh my god.
So our Inside Games Inside Gamers goes out to all of you who have been freshly jokerized by Sony's actions this week. We feel you.